The Shed Show. The Shed Show. Come on.
Uncle Bob, thanks for welcoming us into your shed. You've got to tell me, why is this part of your shed, the indoor-outdoor part of it, called the bullpen?
Well, let me tell you why.
Why is that?
I'll show you why. This gating, exactly what they use in rodeos. It's a bullpen gate. That was perfect for the gap between the two pillars.
Look at this piece of wood. Did you craft it like that or find that, Uncle Bob?
We were driving around the paddock looking for some firewood. I got out of the ute to have a slash, stepped out of the ute, and there this thing was looking at me. Son-in-law was in. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "It's R.M. Williams. That's the longhorn, mate. That's going to go in the bullpen." He said, "I can't see it." And I said, "That's it, mate. Look at it. Have a close look at it. That's the R.M. Williams logo."
Some things in the shed, Uncle Bob, you can't explain.
This is a time capsule here. The clocks are actually the times the grandkids were born. So I've got plenty of room to put more clocks up here. I don't know who more kids are going to get, but each one of the grandkids has got their own clock and the time they were born. And that one there, that's my clock. Time stands still for me.
It is a bit of a chilly day here in the backyard, Uncle Bob, but luckily we've got the pizza oven going as well. I hope you're going to brew up some pizzas a little later for us. Did you make this yourself, or...?
Absolutely, from scratch. The shells from the mother country. And my dear wife, Chris, and I, we put it together, and it was a labour of love. We enjoy doing it, and we fire it up every now and then and have the kids over and some mates around, and we have a good old pizza out the back.
And I love the way that you've got the wood stacked nicely over here. Can we have a look at this over here?
Yeah. Well, I had a gap there and I had to fill it with something, so that's the wood feature. Well, look, I'm ahead of the curve.
And I like your lighting as well you have in here as well. Look, we've got the salami. But I did notice a real light above, and I think it's a beauty too. Can we take the camera upstairs and have a look at this one? Just up here, look at this. This is beautiful.
Son-in-law's not a bad welder. He's also an electrician. I said, make me something to hang up there, and I want it big. Once we made that thing, we had to lift it up there. It took 4 of us to hoist it. That was the only issue. It weighs a tonne.
Well, I'm loving the bullpen, Uncle Bob, but I think it's about time we ventured inside to the cathedral, is it?
That's it, mate. You been to church today?
It's about time we went.
Let's go and have a look.
I'll follow you. Wow, look at this. It is magnificent. This is a history lesson in Uncle Bob.
Well, this is the journey. This is a 35-year journey. It's a collection. It's the time capsule. Well, we'll start with the bar. Brother-in-law is a timber cutter and got married on Christmas Day, and he said to me, "I've got to clean up the yard, I've got to clean up the shed, I've got to get rid of some of these slabs of wood." So anyway, I went over to Rushworth and had a look in the shed, and I couldn't believe it. I nearly fell over myself. There was 2 of these sitting in there that he wanted to get rid of them.
Look at this, the old petrol Bowser.
The old plume. The only thing standing in Dad's backyard, Dad had a transport company. Those drivers used to have, they were pretty rough. This thing there was about the only thing left standing. I figured, yep, I'm going to get my hands on this. It's going to go over to my shed and I'll turn it into something useful. So that's part of the history from my father. But anyway, it's found a new home. It's been rebirthed.
Now, Uncle Bob, I noticed when we did arrive in the bullpen, you handed me a substance. I thought it was a bit of oil for the car, the ute, when I was coming over.
It's dark.
And it was, and it actually didn't taste like oil. It wasn't too bad, but I'll tell you, talk about stiff drinks. Did it come out of that barrel, did it?
Came straight out of that barrel, on tap, yeah.
And there's a story behind the barrel as well, apparently.
Yeah, that barrel there came out of Sydney. I was living in Darwin at the time, and I think it might have been a birthday or anniversary, and the wife organised the barrel to be flown across the country from Sydney to Darwin, empty. And the way you start barrels is you got to put some sludge in there, and it's actually like...
and I think I just drank it earlier.
Drank some of that sludge. So I got some sludge from a mate, a litre of sludge out of his barrel. Now it's got about 25 litres of my own poured in there.
The drum kit. We haven't spoken about it yet, but it's sitting here right in the corner. Obviously, music plays a big part of your life too.
I played in the covers band for a number of years. Back in the 80s, we used to tour along the Murray.
Now listen, you wouldn't mind beating out a bit of frustration right now, would you?
I can knock out something for you, if you
Get
like.
behind there and give it a try, Uncle Bob.
Give it
Come
a
on,
hit.
off you go.
Everyone knows when you've got a collection going, they like to add to it. And I enjoy having people's stuff here. All this stuff that's come here is a collection, and when people come around, they can still see their stuff here. It's on display for everybody. And I enjoy looking at it. I'll walk around the shed for hours looking at stuff, and I know exactly where I was at that time, and I know exactly what I was doing.
Well, you know what I reckon, Uncle Bob? This is really good therapy.
That's right. That's rebirthing, and it gives me an opportunity to come and have some solitude here by myself as well.
Uncle Bob, I want to thank you for inviting us into your shed today and giving us a guided tour. It's much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Anytime. I think it's time that we finish off with just a little bit of sludge. Cheers. Cheers, mate.
Show. Let's go. The Shed Show. The Shed Show. Come on.
The Shed Show is brought to you by these loving people. If you'd like to sponsor the show and shed the love, get in touch today. Cheers.